Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Terrio, and today I have an exciting new video for you guys. Today I'll be going over bid cap, and it's something that I've been getting a lot of requests for. So let's thank ProdSpec RS for recommending this video, and a lot of other people that's pretty asked questions and stuff regarding bid cap strategy and stuff on this channel. So today I'll be going over my specific strategy on how to do bid cap and my technique of it. I don't really do it often, so it's actually surprised a lot of you guys, but when I need to scale aggressively and really quick and have to spend due to budget and stuff, company wants to spend a lot and have to do it really quickly, this is the route I'm going to take. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just like this one. So let's get started. Okay, so if you need to spend some money very quickly, very fast, so this is only when you need to. If you don't need to, and you're not just letting your emotions get to you, because there's a lot of people that get 2 or 3 purchases on one campaign at $10 a day. And when they do that, what'll happen is they're like, let's scale, and they'll drop a ton of budget into it, and they're gonna blow a lot of money and not see the results. And that's a whole nother video of why that happens. Now, for the people that have huge budgets, they have to spend it. And let's say you're working with a client who wants to spend 80K a month, 100K a month, and you have 20 extra $1,000 to spend for this month and you have to spend it. Yes, there are some clients that you work with that have a budget they have to spend every month. So when you need to spend money quickly or to test something very quickly, very effectively, this is where bid cap comes in play, to where you can bid against the auction. And also too, it helps some people stabilize an ad account when they have, when they're using manual or auto bids. It kind of throws away ROAS up and down a lot. But with manual bids, you can kind of stabilize the ad account by, hey, if it's not hitting this level, or we can't enter a bid at $100 per bid, then we're just not gonna enter it at all. We're gonna spend a little less that day. On days we can, we're gonna spend more. So with that being said, let's jump into ads account, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we set up a bid cap campaign, at least for how we do it as a whole. So when you get inside your ad account and stuff, right here, we have this particular ad or campaign itself that we want to branch out and build up on. So we have this one particular ad set right here that is doing substantially better than all the other ones at 3.33 ROAS. My break even is 2x. So we're hitting our ideal KPIs. But how can we further expand on it? How can we increase, the testing of it, or how can we further scale it? And we need to spend money quick on this particular product. So what we can do, literally right here, we're gonna select our ad set, and I'm gonna literally hit duplicate, and I'm gonna go to a new campaign. Because again, this is our testing ABO campaign right here. So I know specifically this ad set works, and it's just a single ad set. So you need to make sure, one, you have a right audience that you can work with. So we have a winning audience, it's an ABO. We're literally just gonna name this TS, so Terrio Solutions, because I add my abbreviations to everything. I'll give it a random 3-letter just convention, so that way when I'm recognizing particular campaigns and stuff like that, what'll happen is, if I say, hey, on the top funnel campaign ad set 1, whereas now I can say TFD 1, and that way we know it's part of campaign TFD and ad set number 1, or TFD 55, and that's campaign TFD ad set 55. So I give a random 3 letters for every single campaign, and then it's a tofu scaling and 1 to 2% purchases, and it'll be website conversions CBO. So we're gonna make this a CBO, and we're gonna hit duplicate. Now, once you get inside of here, is where it gets fun. So we're gonna go back up here, and we're gonna do campaign budget optimization. Now, we're going to put a very big budget on this. Very, 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 very big. Trust me. We're gonna do 10 ad sets. So first off, you need to know your average cost per purchase. So our average cost per purchase is $20 for this account, 20 bucks. So we're gonna do that times 10. That's $200. And we're gonna do that times 10. That's $2,000. So let me explain. We're gonna have 10 ad sets in this particular campaign at $200 a day. But because we're using CBO, what we wanna do is we want to put a total of all the ad set spend, the CBO level instead of the ad set level. That's why we're gonna do a $2,000 a day budget. And then now we're gonna use right here to campaign budget strategy. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna select bid cap. So that way we can control our bid in each auction. Now, that's all done, we're gonna go to our ad set, because now we need to set our bid cap specifically for this. We're gonna go right down right here, bid control. So it already set a predetermined one. I'm just gonna put that at $1 for right now, and I'm gonna hit publish. So we're literally bidding $1 to enter an auction with a $2,000 CBO budget behind it. So let's hit publish. Now, the reason why I want to use CBO specifically instead of ABO, because I could do 10 ad sets at $200 a day ABO. That's how it used to do it. But the problem with that, it becomes harder to not necessarily scale, but it becomes harder to scale with, 10 ad sets at $200 a day, whereas CBOs just work better when I increase budget at the CBO level versus the ABO level. So let's go inside here now. Now we're going to do some more stuff to this. So I'm just gonna leave that like that for right now. What I want to do is go right here. I'm just gonna put $1 BC for bid cap, publish again, just to update the naming of it. Now I want to duplicate this and we want to keep it in here, and we're going to duplicate this 9 times. So we're gonna create 9 copies of this specific ad set, and it's be inside of our original campaign, which is exactly what we want. And then I'm just gonna publish. So what we're doing right here is we're creating 10 ad sets inside of a $2,000 CBO. Average cost per purchase is $20. In fact, actually, I think it's a little bit more for this account, but just for example, do your average cost per purchase at Tofu, your top of funnel cold audience, and you want to do each ad set at 10 times your average cost per purchase. And that's good. If you're doing ABO, that's what you're gonna do. But for this example, I like to use CBO. So then I need to do a CBO with the cumulative total of all of these budgets. So if I have 10 ad sets in there at $200 a day, it becomes $2,000 per day. So again, this is for people who want to spend. Remember, this is not for people who I'm spending $10 a day and I want to scale up to $100 a day. This is for people who want to spend, they're spending $500 to $1,000 a day and want to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day in the next few days. Okay, so now you have all these 10 ad sets live and stuff. What we're going to do is go right here to edit. We're going to go to name. And what we're going to do right here is change the bid cap for all of these. So we're going to enter the auction in at 1x. What you're going to do is your first one, you're going to enter in your auction at 1x your average cost per purchase. The second one, you're going to do 2x your average cost per purchase. Then the third one's going to be 3x, so on. So let me just go ahead and fix this up. So again, this will be $60. This will be 3x. This will be 4x. This will be 5x. This will be 6x. This will be 7x. Again, 7x times your average cost per purchase. 8, 9, 10. Publish. So all I did was change the names, and you're going to see all I did was change the names, and you're going to see exactly why I did that right now. So we obviously didn't change the bid cap, but we just need to keep those naming conventions in the proper order. So that way we kind of know exactly where we're going. But now we need to go to performance right here. So now that we're under performance right here, we can actually go ahead and change up our bid cap right here. So you can see right here, now it becomes super simple just to go in right here and type in $20 and just go through all of them. May take some time. That's okay. But again, that's what you got to do to make sure we can go through it properly. So we'll do 190, then $140. So basically what we're doing right here is we're entering in the auction. For those who don't understand what bid cap is, right now with Facebook, when you just do a normal campaign without bid cap, is what you're doing is you're entering the competition in at auto. So Facebook will bid whatever. So some competitions, it might bid really high. Some competitions might be bid really low. Some might bid right in the middle. But with bid cap, you're entering the competition in at a set price. So you would think at entering the competition at $200, you're just going to blow budget and you're going to waste your money. But in fact, quite the opposite can happen. What happens is when you're winning the auction at $200, you're going to probably be top tier, because as that timeline, the first ad you see when you open up your phone, that one is the highest bidded auction place. Now the next one is the second one, the second ad you see on the timeline, then the third, then the fourth. And as that timeline goes lower, as someone's on their phone scrolling through Facebook, the competition gets less and less. So in auto, your ads can be showed up a lot at the bottom of the feed. And what's going to happen is a lot of people swipe over them and you'll get a lower quality traffic. Where if you can hit them with a really high bid cap and hitting those top auctions, what's going to happen is the actual opposite. You'll reach less people because you have such a big budget. You're bidding so much on one impression, but what happens is you reach a very higher quality audience and you get a lot more sales through it, especially if you have a very strong audience offer, all that good stuff that's working really well, and it allows you to scale very quickly and you hit a whole new pocket of people essentially. So now you're probably wondering, Nick, we have a big campaign spent, we got all these bids and stuff. That's it? Look, if you would go to run this right now, you'd blow $2,000 in a day and you'd probably be very upset. We need to be able to manage this, and we don't want to look like, the typical stock people on like Wolf of Wall Street and stuff, and sitting here all day staring at this and turning stuff off. We need to have some rules in place to better manage this, or you might not be a happy camper at the end of the day, especially if you blow a big budget very quickly like this. So what you want to do is you want to select your ad sets and stuff, then go to create a new rule. And if you use RevealBot or any other outside rule management stuff with Facebook, you're more than welcome to use that. But I'm just going to use the Facebook inside one. I normally use RevealBot, but I want to use the Facebook ads one just because of making it simplistic and for everyone to be able to value this. Now, the first one is we need to put a rule in place to cut off ad sets if they spend too much, especially very quickly. So the first one I like to do is take your average cost per add to cart at Tofu. So let's just say, for example, it's $10. If we spend more than 30 bucks, triple your average cost per add to cart with 0 add to carts and 0 purchases, we want to turn it off. So here we go. We're gonna go right here. This will be our safeguard. Call this whatever you want. 10 rule set, turn off ad sets, cost per result. We want to do spend is greater than 30 bucks. That's triple our cost per add to cart. Reason why we don't add to cart, if we spend 30 bucks and we don't get a single add to cart, and typically if we spend 10 bucks and get an add to cart, then likely it's not working. We're reaching a bad portion of traffic. So that way it's, okay, we spend 30 bucks, add to carts are less than 1 and purchases less than 1, because what happens if the Facebook just doesn't track add to carts properly? Then we'll have an issue. And then we want to do it today. Only time range we want to apply to it. We want to make sure we check this continuously. Count the fault, email. It's only if you want to where you get like updates and stuff. And yeah, so that'll be our safeguard right there. So we spend over 30 bucks, which again is we take your average cost per add to cart, multiply that by 3. And if you spend 30 bucks and get less than 1 add to cart, so AKA you didn't get any add to carts and you get no purchases, let's turn that campaign off. Now, let's go ahead and create another rule because we're not done yet. Next rule will be some type of like hard stop. So let's do cost per result. So what we're going to do is go right here to website conversion pixel. We're not amount spent is greater than, and we want to do 2x your average cost per purchase. So let's say, for example, you typically spend about 50 bucks, or let's say your current cost per purchase is 40 bucks. You spend more than 40 bucks with 0 cost per purchases, then let's turn it off. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is put a hard stop in place where, let's say, for example, we spend 2x your average cost per purchase and get 0 purchases. We want to turn that off. So what we're gonna do right here is go right here. We're gonna go to amount spent greater than, let's say our average cost per purchase is 20 bucks. And this is day 1. You got to figure it out like your day-to-day average cost per purchase. Because if you look at the last 7 days, your cost per purchase will be a little higher due to attribution. So let's say if it's typically about $20. If we look at the last 7 days, our average cost per purchase on Tofu, let's do about 25, about 1.5 times 20. That'd be 30. Yeah. So let's do about 60 bucks. So if we spend greater than 60 bucks, because over time, due to delayed attribution, your cost per purchase actually drop down. So we want to make sure you're day 1. So we're going to spend about 60 bucks. So we spend 60 bucks on a particular ad set and we get 0 purchases. Then we want to turn that off. So website conversions purchases is smaller than 1 ad. Okay. And you can also better name some of these rules and stuff. Now the last one, the last one is we're going to do another rule and we'll call this trim the fat. 10 ad sets, cost per result. Now what we want to do is what happens if we do get some purchase and stuff, but the ROAS sucks. So we'll do is spent. You could do 3x your average cost per purchase. So we said about 25 bucks. So we'll say about $75. Because again, it's your 3x your average cost per purchase. If we do about an average cost per purchase of, $16 or $20, it's about 25, roughly 75 bucks, 3 times your average cost per purchase. And if we get 1 sale, so let's go right here. Purchases is greater than 1 or greater than 0, actually, because then it'll be 2+. So now it's 1. So we spent 75 bucks. Our purchases for Facebook Pixel is greater than 1, but our ROAS, website purchase ROAS, is smaller than, and then our break even is 2.0. So we strive for a 2.0 or higher on Tofu. So I'm just gonna put 2.0 as well, because anything smaller than 2.0, we're gonna turn this off. Again, time range today, continuously. There we go. And now, lastly, there's one more rule. What happens to the delayed attribution? So let's say, for example, some of these ad sets gets cut off. What happens if we turn one off, but it has some sales that just take a few hours later and now it's a good ROAS? What we're going to do is we're going to do revival, turn on ad sets, and we're going to do is website ROAS is greater than 2.0. Time range today. So if our website purchase ROAS today is greater than 0 and it's an ad set that's turned off, and we can also do spent greater than, say, $5. So it had a little bit of spend to it, or just anything greater than $5 spent. And we spend that. So let's say 60 bucks it turns off, but we get like 2 or 3 purchases. That's just delayed, takes a few hours. Then we're gonna turn that back on. So revival. Cool. And should we actually be able to refresh this? There we go. And now that's it. That's how we do BidCap. And again, you want to find a winning audience, winning creative. When all that's proven and you need to scale aggressively, you need to spin aggressively. That's when you want to leverage this type of advanced scaling strategy. Again, if you're spending 10 bucks, 100 bucks a day, you find something winning, you do not need to do this. You need to be spending a few $100 a day. This is not something to rush into. Keep using AutoBid and stuff. And then when you get to that point where you can spend a few thousand a day, you need to spend it very quickly, very effectively. And this is a great route to test, especially if you're having a lot of really hard account fluctuations at large spend. This is a great route to go. Also, to make sure you get those rules in place, because with those rules in place, it's going to be a lot easier to manage the spend. So that way you don't have to sit by your computer all day and babysit this campaign. To increase the budget on this, essentially just increase your spend on your CBO level 20% per day, as long as your overall ROAS is hitting the ideal KPIs. Or you can even duplicate this campaign at a higher budget and shoot for it like that to really scale it and keep growing these particular ad sets. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in actually working with my digital agency, we are taking on clients right now. We have about one more spot left for April. So if you're spending over $1,000 a day in spend, or if you're looking to spend $10,000 over the next 30 days with your paid advertising, make sure you click link below to book a call with me, and we'll go over the best route for you to go and take a look at your ad account. Now, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just like this one. Well, guys, it's about that time. Again, my name is Nick Serio, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of quick, last minute, kind of rushed a little bit, but this is probably the most advanced, the most effective way you can run BidCap strategies. I've been getting this question a lot, so really hope you guys enjoyed. Sure, drop a comment below what you liked about it. If you test it, let me know what type of results you get. That being said, my name is Nick Serio. Hope you have a great day. Bye.